2. Okay, guys, we are live back again here. I just want to check with all of you if you guys can hear me, can see me. All right, once again, everybody, as in Constantine right here, we just live just now, and this time we want to make sure that you guys can see clearly right here. So I want my team to make sure that the camera is good. Okay, so I want my team right there also to check whether the camera set is okay, whether you guys can see here clearly. Okay, so once again, everybody, welcome right here to my Facebook fan page, and this time I'm going to talk about the type of financial instrument that you can make money if you do it the right way, or maybe you can lose money if you do it the right way, if you do it the wrong way. All right, once again, everybody, good evening. As I'm Constantine right here, the founder of Quant Solutions. And this time right here, we are going to talk about the learning education that you can learn from this program. So for those who are just joining me right here, I want to check whether you guys can hear me and you can see me. If yes, just go ahead there and type in the chat box. Just now, so Ken, okay, you guys see me just now. So Gary, those who just coming back right here, just join again back this program right here, because tonight we are going to learn a lot, okay? So types of financial instrument that you can make money or lose money, all right? If you do it the wrong way, okay? So those who just joined us right here, I just want to make sure that you all are okay. Just go ahead and type at the chat box right here. This is Facebook Live. We're going to learn a lot together. Type the chat box so that I know that you guys can see me. This time is pretty much better. We're going to have a very, very good angle for our learning today, okay? So today we're going to talk about giving back to every of you. Okay, we will learn together something today. Okay, now why I come up with this topic today? It is because many of you continue to ask me, can I make money in stock market? So can I make money in Bitcoin? So can I make money in Forex? So can I make money in unit trust? So can I make money in FCPO, FKLI, gold, oil, so many, okay? So today, I want to make sure that we are clear today. So 3 things that we need to learn today. What are the financial instruments that we're going to talk about? So today we're going to talk about the types of financial instrument. We're also going to talk about the risk profile. Okay, we want to know about your risk profile. Okay, whether you can handle risk, or whether you cannot handle risk, or whether you need to neutralize some of the risk, okay? We're also going to talk about not only risk profile, we're going to talk about age profile here as well, okay? Age profile. So you need to know which kind of profile is suitable for you and which one is actually suitable for your age, okay? So for those who want to know a little bit about my background, for the past 10 years, I've been spending my time here to study financial instrument. I'm a licensed unit trust consultant and also private retirement scheme. I also represent for the local stock market right here, the keynote speaker also for Bursa Malaysia. I also involved in international trading and investing. So today, we want to make sure that you all will learn something today. This education program is very important because I don't want some of you simply blindly jump into financial instrument because your friend make money, because you saw somebody make money, and you simply want to jump because you want to make money. Just a few hours ago, I just had a very good conversation with some of my friends, and they call me up and say, hey, I have a friend that make money in biopharmacy company or a certain stock that related to, related to health, okay? Because we know that the health crisis right now is happening. Of course, health-related stock is continue going up high. But the question is it you a little bit too late or you a little bit too early? So we need to find out all this today, okay? And I don't want you to simply just blindly invest or trade in financial instrument, okay? And if you simply blindly invest and trading in financial instrument without knowing the rules, you will get burned. So today's education is all about your learning as well. Okay, so definitely today we will learn something together. Are you guys ready? So how many of you can hear me and can see me right now? If you can hear me and can see me right now, what I want you to do right now is you need to go, okay, and click like this post right here. And if this topic tonight is really relevant for you, or if you have a friends and family probably would like to learn something about this title tonight, why not right here? Go ahead and click the button share so everybody can learn together. Okay, so let me have a look at of you. How many of you is watching me live right now? Can you guys see me and clearly and can hear me? Just go ahead and type the chat box. I want to know. Okay, just go ahead, guys. Tell me whether you guys can see me and can watch me right now clearly. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the type of financial instruments that you can make money. But before we're gonna talk about the financial instrument that you can make money, we are going to talk about how you generate money first. Okay, now back in year 2007, okay, 2007 or year 2008, okay, I read one book. Okay, not only I read this book, but I also spend my time to listen the audiobook. I spend my time in the car to listen this again and again. So I know some of you know about this author. Okay, maybe some of you do not know about this author. So this guy name is Robert Kiyosaki. Okay, Robert Kiyosaki is the best-selling author in financial market, and he tells that there's 4 ways that you can make money. How many ways? 4 ways that you can generate money. So today we're going to talk about the cash flow quadrant. Okay, so back in year 2007 and 2008, Robert Kiyosaki mentioned that there's 4 ways that you can make money. Okay, there's how many ways that you can make money? 4 ways that you can make money. Okay, now when we draw this quadrant like this, okay, there's a 4 section here. Notice that the more you go to the right hand side, the more money that you make. Okay, the more you go down on this quadrant, the more money that you're going to make. Okay, now for those who are joining my program here today, we will learn a lot together. Now, why I said Robert Kiyosaki cash flow quadrant is a mind opening for me to know where I need to live my life. Okay, cash flow quadrant. Okay, cash flow quadrant. All right. So first of all, the way how you generate your money is from this section here, which is what we call employee. Okay, employee. In bahasa Malaysia, we call it you adalah apa tu? Pekerja. Okay, so that means you are working with someone and you get paid every month. You get every month's salary. So regardless whatever level that you are, from junior, from top executive, even the top high executive, highly paid, you are going to be here, employee. Okay, now according to Robert Kiyosaki, those who in this quadrant right here, okay, those who stay in this quadrant is going to be taking, or is going to be a little bit slow to get rich and to get freedom. Now, I want to share with you those who on this left section right here, what motivates them to continue stay in this section. Okay, so those who in this 2 section right here, they were guided by security. Whatever they do, it's all because security. So every month they need to pay the bill, every month they need to pay all those stuff. It all is led by security. Meanwhile, later on this section, I'm going to share with all of you that this person right here, this 2 person, is guided by this. All right. Okay, some of you can see maybe. Okay, I'm just going to rewrite again. Okay, for those who have pen and paper right here, why not you get a pen and paper and jot this down? We will learn something together tonight. Okay, so these people in this corner here, this 2 person here, is guided by freedom, and they are very, very serious about time and financial freedom. Time and financial freedom. Okay. Meanwhile, for those who stay in here, it's not that you don't have. It doesn't mean that you don't get your time and freedom, but you're going to be a little bit late. And in fact, sometimes you may have all the money, but you don't have time for your family. All right. So you may have more money, but sometimes you don't have time for your family. You don't have the good quality time. So this cash flow quadrant can tell who you are. Now, employee right here. Okay, employee, yes, you can be rich one day, but it's gonna be a little bit longer. Okay, and those who in this quadrant right here, usually you don't earn much. Okay, you don't earn much until you become here in this corner here. So Robert Kiyosaki mentioned that those who in this S corner here, okay, what does it mean by S corner here? Is self-employed. Okay, or some of them they call this those who own a small business. Okay, small business. All right. So now, usually this person right here, you know that some of you, or maybe you are the one that long time ago you used to work with somebody, work with your boss, but suddenly you know that one day you're not passionate about your work anymore. You want to, you want to become entrepreneur. Okay, you want to own your own business. So many of them here, they know what is their true passion. They change their quadrant from employee, they become self-employed. So I have a story about my friend that working solo in her company, and then she spent almost like 10 to 12 hours every day spending her time to do sales for her company, until one day she found out like, why not I start my own business? Okay, and here she's spending almost the same amount of the time, about 10 to 12 hours, but she know how to get a client, she know where to get the supplier, and she's making 5 times more compared to what she have here. Okay, so those who self-employed right here, the big difference is you have in control about what you want to do. You're doing what you wish to do. And usually those who in self-employed, the first 3 to 4 years, you are building your business. But right after the 5, 6, 7, 8 years, your business start to get stable already. Okay. Now for those who in self-employed right here, okay, usually you are going to make more money compared to those who in E quadrant. Okay, but still, this two is guided by what? Security. Okay, can you guys get this? Okay, how many of you can learn this something today? Now ask yourself a question right here. Today, later on, after we're done with this, try to tell me which quadrant are you in right now. Now, according to Robert Kiyosaki, those who fall under in this corner and this corner right here, usually one of your big problem here, you don't have this. This is your big problem. You may have all the money, okay, but you don't have time. Now, of course, you ask me a question. How come a self-employee do not have time? Okay, the problem with self-employed person today is you always move in, not only you're self-employed and only small business owner, but you also sometimes do things in solo. You are the boss, you're the accountant, you're the marketing guy, you are the product creator, you are the website content creator, you're basically everything. Now, solo people right here have one problem. Solo people, usually they have a tough time to trust in somebody to do the job. They're having a big problem right here to trust somebody to take over because they're scared. If they teach some of their worker or their employee, they may be scared that the employee will open up another new company. So these kind of people right here, they have a problem with themselves. They can run a business, they can run a small business right here, but sometimes they are guided with solo. The reason also they don't want to hire new people is because they always calculate about budget. They confuse between expenses and investment. Okay, but still this person right here, if those who doing well, they're still going to make more money compared to those who in employee. Okay, now let's go to this side right here. Okay, I'm going to talk about this corner here. Okay, this corner right here is, we're going to talk about B, the business owner. Wow, so what is the difference between S and the B? So what are the difference? Okay, the biggest difference between the B and the S is this one. Business owner believe in system. business owner have one thing here. They have leadership. Now, there's a two different mindset between self-employed and small boss and between big boss. And usually, how do you know that you are a business owner? Simple. Usually you have more than 20, 30, 50 workers under you, or you have a system in place. What does it mean? If you sleep, money still coming in. If you traveling, money still coming in. If suddenly you fall sick, you cannot perform today in your business, doesn't matter. Your business still producing income. Meanwhile, those who in this corner right here, what if you get sick? Something happened to you. Will your business suddenly stop? If that's happening to you, then you are fall under this quadrant, which is the self-employed. This person right here still do not have a system in place. If you have a system in place, you don't have to worry about your sleep or your travel or okay. You guys can see me clearly. Is it clear? Okay, I want my team to go and check. You guys can see okay, so in this corner right here, the more you go down here, the more money that you make, okay? The more you go to this side right here, the more money that you're going to make. Now, business owner always have a system, and regardless their business on, they sleep, or whatever happened to this boss, the money continue flowing in. Okay, let me check. Is it clear? All right, so let me have a look. I want my team right here to go and check. Is everything okay? All right, great, guys. Okay, so we're going to continue our learning here. Okay, so now last but not least right here is this person here. Robert Kiyosaki mentioned that this is genius. Why? Because you let your money work for you. Okay, so what does it mean by I? I means investing. Okay, investing. Okay, so when you investing means you let the money work for you. So investment have so many ways. Shortly, we're going to talk about investing in this context of types of financial instruments that you can make money, or if you do it the wrong way, you can lose money too. But we're going to talk about you can make money. And also today we're going to talk about based on risk profile, edge profile, and what is your learning step that you need to do before you start investing or trading in the market. Okay, so I right here is really awesome because you know why? This is what we talk about compounding. One day the monies continue to grow and grow and grow, regardless you want to work, you don't want to work, this money is continue flow into your account. And what is the best part right here? You have this freedom, time and financial freedom. Now, before we're going to talk about all this, okay, can I ask you all, for those who join my live show right now, can you tell me which quadrant are you in right now? Are you an employee, E? Are you a S, self-employed? Or are you B, business owner, that you have a system in place? Or are you an I, investor, where the work for you? Now, guys, go ahead and type at the chat box. I would like to know about you today. So go ahead there and type the chat box. Tell me whether you are E, employee, S, self-employed, B, business owner, and I, investor. Okay, so tell me a little bit about you. Okay, so I'm just going to do this a little bit, and I'm just going to type here, right here, investor. Okay, investor. So let me write it much more clear so you guys can see. Okay, so investor. Okay, investor. All right. So share with me a little bit. Seo Yong say, Richard say, you are B. Great. Absolutely great. John Fong say I. That is great. Chia Kyung say you are at S. Okay. So what happened here? In life, there's no right and there's no wrong. It is about the most important part is what do you really want in your life? If you're really driven by freedom, then that means you need to take your business from self-employed. Okay, Chia Kyung, if you listen to me right now, you want to take your business right here to become one, to have more systematic. That means they need a shift in you, the way how you think, the way how you operate. So the most important part here is your mindset first. You need to shift from S to business owner. That means you need to have a good leadership. You need to do, you need to find a good team to work with you. You need to trust your team. You need to build a trust. You need to teach your team what you can do the best so that they can help you. You need to trust them, right? So you need to shift right here. Once you have this transition right here, that means instead of you just being, your life is all about security, you want to move it into freedom, okay? Now, this is what Robert Kiyosaki mentioned. So always that is going to make money is those who in I and B is going to make more money and having more time and freedom. But that doesn't mean that if you are an employee, you still cannot have the time freedom. Unless you know the right way, you still can enjoy the freedom. That means you can be employee, but you can become investor at the same time. So tonight's topic is about, we're going to talk about a type of financial instrument that you can make money if you do it the right way, but you also can lose money if you do it the wrong way. Why I came out with this topic tonight? Because I received a lot of questions with some of you, and you all still confused about which financial instrument, and you also confused between investing and trading. So tonight we want to clear this out. All right. So is it okay, guys? I'm going to just wipe this off. You guys okay or not? Okay. Angelo say I. Okay, Angelo is great. Listening to me live from US Virgin Island. That's great. Okay. So how many of you can? I want to check my team whether the line is clear. Whether the line is clear? All right, it's great. Okay, so before I delete all this, okay, how many of you would like to just screenshot this? Maybe you want this. I give you a time. You can screenshot this, and I'm going to wipe this off, and I'm going to talk about the type of financial instruments that you can make money. Okay, I give you guys 5 seconds. So go ahead, screenshot this. Okay, you can screenshot me too. Okay, go ahead, guys. Okay. How many of you managed to screenshot this? Okay, this is going to be your notes tonight. Okay, how many of you learned something here? If you learned something here, give me a like, guys. Give me thumbs like so that I know that you learned something great from me tonight. Okay, so if you learned something here, okay, just give me thumbs like that. Okay, give me some love. Okay, so that I know that you learned a lot. Okay, so I'm going to wipe this off if you guys don't mind. All right, so I'm going to just wipe this off. All right, so now we are going to talk something serious here about where you can make money. Okay, so regardless you're doing business or you're working with somebody, you need to know about your risk profile. Okay, so you guys ready? Okay, tonight we are going to learn something together. Guys, tonight I'm going to share with you my experience for the past 10 years, what I know, and what kind of financial instrument is available for you, and which one is probably going to be suitable for you. Okay, you guys get ready or not? Okay, tonight's great. Guys, if you found out something interesting about what you've learned right here, why not? Go ahead and click like this button here and share to your friends. Share it to your wall so that your family, friends, everybody can learn together. All right? So let's begin with this section right here, risk profile. We're going to talk about low risk. Okay? Low risk. And right after this, I'm also going to talk about moderate or slightly medium risk. All right? And I'm going to talk also about high risk. Okay? Have you heard about the word high risk, high return? All right? So, first of all, you need to understand about the financial instrument that is available, especially for those who living in Malaysia. This is kind of financial instrument that is available for you. Like our brother Angelo, you have to check back what do you have back in your Virgin Island. All right? So, first of all, we're going to talk about low risk. Now, before we talk about all this, we're going to talk about your money first. There's usually rule of thumbs, okay? So that means that when every time you receive your salary, usually you need to spend about 10% or 20% of your money here to where? To where? To financial instrument of financial protection. Okay, so usually the normal practice is whenever you get your money, first thing is you need to prepare, what is this? Insurance. Yes, there's no point that you make a lot of money, but you don't prepare insurance. Insurance can become, you talk about your own personal insurance, your medical card. Why? I've seen this many, many times again. Even though you're so smart in accumulating money, but after you accumulate so much money, suddenly something happened to you. You don't want it to happen, but you don't know, like, out of nowhere, suddenly you get hit by accident or something happened to you. You got terminal disease. You don't want it, but you don't know. Okay? So why I say so is because in my family, I know. Okay? My late mom got cancer, and the time my mom worked so hard, and the money go up to all the medical bill. So you need to be smart as well here. When you get your money, you need to spare a little bit the sum to prepare for your insurance. So that just in case anything happened to you, your saving is not going to be affected. Okay, your saving is not going to be affected. This company will pay your hospital bill. Okay, if anything happened to you, insurance will help you to cover. Okay, so usually you need to spend your salary right here, 10 to 20%. First, and develop your profiling, which is your money tree. Okay, so you can maybe around 10 to 10%. So it depends on your salary. But usually you can put your money in low risk, medium risk, and high risk. Okay, so you need to spend now. Usually those who really, really good, okay, those who don't spend a lot, okay, you can save your money at least 30% for the purpose of investing and for the purpose of compounding. Okay, compounding. All right, compounding. Now, but before we talk about all this, okay, I'm going to talk about the low risk first. Is it okay, guys? Now, doesn't matter what insurance that you take, you have to check back to any of the company. You can approach any of them, invest a little bit in insurance, okay? So the balance of the money here, go to your investment or go for your trading. Okay, now let's talk about what available financial instrument that you can make money. Okay, let's begin with the low risk here first. Number one, fixed deposit. Okay, if you put your money in FD, in Malaysia, usually per year, or they call it per annum. That's why you will see this, PA. Have you seen this before? Sometime in brochures, right? They call it per annum. So fixed deposit in Malaysia, usually they will give you about 3.8% per year, okay, and up to 4% per year. Now, why fixed deposit? Some of them get interested about this financial instrument. It's all one reason. Regardless, the market is up or down, or there's a recession, okay, like what we see just happen, fixed deposit usually do not affect it much, and your capital is pretty much is okay and safe. All right. So the reason why people want to go for the low risk is because of this. They don't want their money to get affected, okay, by the recession or the crisis. Okay. Now, usually, who love this fixed deposit? Let's talk about the age profile. Usually, in fixed deposit, this is for those who age 50 to 75 years old. Okay. Why? Because you don't want your emotion get affected with the up and down, and you also don't want your saving to be put in the wrong instrument, especially the instrument that you don't have knowledge. Okay, so usually the risk profile I can see here, okay, usually that I observe, those who put in fixed deposit is those who age 50 to 75. Okay, now what else that you can see low risk beside fixed deposit? You can see bond. Okay. Okay, in Malaysia, we also have sukuk, something like this, right? Sukuk. Now, as long that it continue to give you 3.8% to 4%, that will be great, okay? So, low risk here, what is the difference? Your capital will stay cool. It's not affected, okay? And also, it will give you something is called fixed. That's why the terms is called fixed. Whatever it is, regardless it's recession or crisis, yeah, there you go. They still give you 3.8% up to 4.00%. So what does it mean? If you have 100,000, okay, and they give you 4%, that's mean towards the end, you generate extra 4,000. And you take back this money here and you do compounding, okay? For next one, for the next 10, 20, 30 years. Until one day that this money is enough to what? To cover your monthly commitment. Okay, so this is what we talk about. Okay, one day your capital can grow like a tree. Okay, these are put like your money tree. All right, and then one day when this capital here already grow, you want to enjoy, what is that? The fruits of your return. So that this fruit right here can cover your monthly commitment without working. So assume that you have monthly commitment, your car, okay, you have your food, your house, everything. Assume that you have your monthly commitment here up to 10,000. Okay, so from your investment here, throughout a long period of time, maybe 10 to 30 years later on, okay, you want this fruit here, this profit here, cover your what? Monthly expenditure without you need to work, okay? That is the whole idea here. Why some of you interested to invest or in trade in financial market? Because you want one day that this fruit here continue to give you what? Income, so that you don't have to work anymore and the money continue coming in. How many of you get that? Okay, you guys get this idea now? All right, so for this section right here, fixed deposit, the only problem is the span of year. Because of the return is low, you're gonna take what? Longer period of time. Okay, now the big difference is if your risk profile or your age, those who listen to me today, if you're just only 20 plus years old, or maybe your age is about 50 plus, ask yourself one question. Again, today's show is not, I'm not advising you, all right? I'm not going to advise you, but you ask yourself, if you can take a little bit, okay, moderate risk, it will give you slightly high return. Later on, I will share with you what's the differences, okay? But at the same time, balance your portfolio. Remember, guys, you can make a decision here. Some of you asked me this question, sir, can I have 3 of these? Yes, you can. It's called smart choice. You diversify your portfolio. So you put a little bit here, you put a little bit here, you put a little bit here, okay? So once you diversify your portfolio, at least Some grow fast, some grow later on. You will build your money tree, or sometimes you call this one your money machine. Okay, remember, this is your goal later on for the next 10 to 20 years. You don't want to work anymore. You want this money tree here to continue grow and produce these fruits. So this fruit right here can pay your monthly commitment, your car, your food, okay, your travel, whatever dream that you have. So far so good? All right, so you guys gonna snap this for a while? Okay, how many of you learned something here? Just type on the chat box, say, yes, sir, I learned something. Okay, those who type that, yes, I learned something, I will continue again to let you know what you can learn at the moderate risk. Okay, moderate risk is something that you can handle, but it will give you also fantastic return. Okay, so I want you to screenshot here. I'll give you about 3 seconds. Okay, all right, done screenshot. Now tell me honestly, those who learned something here. Okay, so this is the low risk. Okay, so you can diversify. Later on, I'm going to open each of it. All right, and what are the all financial instruments, and later on we're going to talk about what is your preparation. Don't simply just jump and invest or trade without investing in your learning first. Okay, how many of you learned something here? Just type on the chat box there. Yes, sir, I learned something tonight. Just go ahead and type. At least I know that some of you giving me a feedback. Okay, any of you learned something here, guys? Just type there on the chat box. Say, yes, sir, I learned something. Okay, how many of you learned something here? Angelo, yes, you're awesome. Okay, you learned something here today. Okay, so Angelo back in US, you have to check back what else that they gave you. Okay, about your 401k is going to be here as well at low risk. For those in Malaysia, in this side right here is also known as your EPF. Okay, back in United States, for your low risk is also can be what? In Malaysia we call it EPF. In US we call it your 401k. All right, but I want to ask brother Angelo here. Brother Angelo, if you can hear me today, can you share with me back in US for your 401k? Can you tell me roughly what is the percentage of return per year? Can you share with all of us right here, my brother Angelo? I believe your time right now is about 11 or 12 afternoon right now in US, Virgin Island. This is one of my buddy, awesome buddy. All right, so brother Angelo, can you share with us a little bit for your for your 401k back in US? What is the return that you get here for your per annum? I know that this 401k or this EPF only can take at the age of 55. Yes, I know some of you here, you have your EPF, right? So this is going to be later on after you age 55. But I want to know from brother Angelo Williams, what is your return of 401k? Is it you managed to get more than 4% or more than 3%? Would you like to share with all of us? And for those who in Malaysia here, those who have EPF, you know roughly, right, what is our return per year? We're roughly somewhere between 4% to 5% for Malaysian EPF. So those who stay in Singapore, you definitely have a different rate. Now, EPF is for you to use at the age of 55 years or 65 years onward, okay? And that money, you cannot simply just take it. That will be your retirement money, okay? So what is the stage right here? Let me have a look. Brother Richard said, yes, learn something here. Okay, so Brother Angelo, if you can write it down, no problem. We can share about it later on. Now, I'm going to talk about this one here, the moderate risk. Okay, moderate risk, all right? So this one is right here. What's the difference? When you go to moderate risk here, means your capital can be affected, okay? Right? Means your capital can be negative too. In this side here, they protect your capital. Here, the function of low risk is to protect, okay, to protect your capital. Meanwhile, here at the moderate to high risk, your capital might be affected, okay, and that is very normal. Don't get panicked about it. Okay, sometimes it will be affected a bit. When the market is good, you're gonna have a huge return. Okay, so let's talk about this moderate risk. Okay, for the moderate risk, okay, let me see, Angelo, I don't actually have 401k. I just invest in the market. Okay, that's great. Okay, that's means you're gonna be in this corner. Okay, so I'm just gonna go to this section right here. Okay, so let's talk about moderate risk. Okay, so your capital will be affected. Okay, but when the market is good, sometimes it gives you this one, potential return. Usually range between, okay, 8%. Sometimes it can go up to 50% per annum. Okay, all right. So at the moderate risk here, moderate risk, it gives you return somewhere between 8%. Okay, so I got to write this down a little bit more. Okay. Okay. So first word right here that I mentioned is, what is the word? Potential. Potential means you may get it or you may not get it. Understand this term. When somebody says the word potential, means you may get it or you may not get it. Okay. So let's talk about potential here. It can give you a return about 8%. If the fund is doing good, you can get up to 50%. I've seen this before. I've seen it, guys. All right. So now, what are the instruments can give you 8% to 50%? First of all, let's open this question like this. Any of you know that it still gives you moderate risk? It still maybe not really affecting your capital that much, okay? But it still can yield you high return per year, or some of them they call it per annum. Now, anybody can tell me what instrument is this? Okay, and I will share with you. It's available already right now. It's up to you to choose. Okay, so how many of you know? How many of you want to try? It's still moderate risk. Yes, your capital maybe get affected a little bit, but when the market is good, okay, they're gonna give you the return somewhere between 8% to 50%. Okay, the highest I've seen before is 50% per year. Okay, so any of you have any idea what kind of instrument is this? Some of you may know it, some of you have no idea, but it's okay. Let's open this one as a quiz. Have you any know the financial instrument? Okay, definitely not stock market. Besides stock market, definitely not stock market, but it's going to be right here. It is moderate risk. Can any of you tell what is that? Okay, just a quick quiz. Any of you can tell that? All right. So any of you want to try? I give about 5 to 10 seconds. You can try this. Okay. Which financial instrument that can give you roughly about 8% to 50% per year if doing great? Later on, I'm going to talk about the opposite side when the market is bad. I can tell you also what is the potential, the downside of this moderate risk. Okay. So any of you would like to try? Let me try about 30 seconds here. If nobody would like to try, then I just quickly give it an answer. Okay, just open it up, guys. What kind of financial instrument that can give you return about 8% to 50% per year? Okay, can anybody tell? All right, okay, never mind. I'm just going to tell you guys. So the answer is this one. What is this? Unit trust. Okay, unit trust. In Bahasa Malaysia, we call it unit amanah. Okay, so now, why people putting their money here? For two reasons. Okay, for two reasons. Okay, no, I think I want to add it more. For three reasons. Number one, they want to have slightly better return. Okay, this is their whole function here. This all objective. They want to have what? First, they want to have a better return compared to this. Okay, number two, they don't have, okay, I'm just going to take this, okay. What's the reason people put the money here in unit trust? It's because, number one, they want to have a better return. Okay, ulangi yang lebih baik. Okay, second reason is because they do not know how to invest. They have no idea how to trade. Means they don't have what? No prior knowledge, and they don't have what? They don't have time. Usually, for those who don't have the knowledge, those who don't have the time, that's the reason money to somebody else to manage. somebody to manage is usually put under here in proven again in the legal financial market is called the unit trust. There's a lot of big unit trust company that you can see. Okay, later on I will share with you one of them is what. Okay, so no knowledge to this person is called fund manager. All right, fund manager. All right. So I just want to share with you for those who stay in Malaysia. Okay, usually the famous one that you can give this kind of return is ASB. ASB is called unit trust. Okay, and ASB give you return right now average between 5% okay to 8%. Okay, there is a time for those who Bumi portray in Malaysia, there's a time ASB can give you up to 10%. That was a long time ago. Okay, so ASB is still under unit trust. Okay, now the other unit trust that you can see that can give you high return is unit trust like CIMB CWA, Principal, Public Mutual, RHB Asset Management, and there's so many. I know some of you, your friend come to you and they approach you and they say, hey buddy, would you like to invest in unit trust? And you're scratching your head and what is unit trust? I have no idea. Okay, so remember, unit trust is the place where those who want to have a better return, but they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the time, and one more, they don't have the what? Super what? Big capital. So this part right here, they will pool the money together, combine your money together with other people. So this fund manager will help you to manage. Okay, so do we ever see a fund that in this moderate risk can give high return? Yes. Okay, where you can get this information? How do you know this information available? How many of you would like to know? Tonight I will share with you, especially for those who stay in Malaysia. Okay, I will share with you the website that you can get all this information, which fund is good, what is the thing that you need to see first. Okay, again right here, I'm not advising, but I'm sharing with you what we have done, especially for me and my family. How many of you would like to know that? Okay, and for those who stand outside from Malaysia, you can have a look also on this website later on. They will share with you based on your country, which fund or under unit trust that can give you this return, especially if you don't have knowledge and you don't have time. You can have a look on this section here, which is we call the moderate risk. Okay, so my question here tonight, how many of you would like to know the website? I will share with you shortly. You need to jot this down. Yes, they do. They give you the, the type of this return. Okay, shortly I will share with you later on. Okay, so how many of you like to know? If you would like to know, just type there, sir, I would like to know the website. Just jot down right there. If you got three people, say that, sir, can you tell me the website? And I will share with you right now. Okay, so how many of you would like to know? How many of you would like to know the website that can show you that it can give you potential return 8 to 50%? Okay, especially for those who don't have the knowledge, don't have the time. Okay, I would like to share with you how actually you can choose, so that next time when there's a unit trust agent come and approach you, you can ask them this same question too, and you are going to be slightly smart. Okay, so how many of you would like to know the website? How many of you would like to know this website? All right, anybody of you like to know? All right, yes. Okay, how many of you? So only two. Tell me the website. Yes, please. Okay, we got three people. Anyway. All right. Now, before we talk about the website, okay, this is the important question that each of you need to ask yourself. Okay, you need to ask this question to yourself. Hey, they give you 8% to 50% per year. But the question is, where they get the money? Where they get this 8 to 50%? How they pay you? Where they get this money? So the answer is, most of this money right here, they invest in stock market. Okay, most of the money right here in this unit trust is invested in stock market. Later on, I'm going to share with each of you, stock market is going to be in this category. And you, if you have the knowledge and if you have the time, you can trade directly here in the high risk profile with the right skill, with the right knowledge. Okay, now let's begin right here with this website. Since I promised each of you, this is going to be the website. You guys ready? Ready? So Malaysian, all right, you have to go to this website here. Okay, for those who outside from Malaysia, you can directly type this website. So the website name is, for those who want to put money in the unit trust, is going to be this: my.morningstar. Okay, .com. Right? my.morningstar.com. How many of you can see this? my.morningstar.com for those who stay in Malaysia. For those who stay outside from Malaysia, you just type morningstar.com. Those who stay in US or whatever country that you have, just type directly www.morningstar.com. Then you can find the unit trust is in your country. But in Malaysia, you start with MY in front. Okay? my.morningstar.com. So the first thing that you need to see first is the star rating. Okay? The star rating of that fund. If usually just like a hotel, okay, if you check in into hotel, you stay in the hotel, of course, the more star, the much better. So in hotel star rating, usually they will give, what's that? This is the famous one, the 5-star rating, okay? The 5-star rating fund, usually very, very steady. So it is good that you can see the fund that giving you 5-star rating. Now, if the fund give you about 4 or 5-star rating, usually it's good. It's okay. Now, that doesn't mean those who have 3-star is not good. But at least if you want to make your decision, or you want to know how to make an informed decision, at least that you can see the rating give you about 4 to 5-star. That's step number 1. Number 2, you need to look at the fund size. Okay, the fund size. They will tell you the fund size in the report. Okay, they usually will tell you that if any fund right here, okay, that can be above at least 100 million US dollars. Usually this fund is quite steady. Okay, it's just like a big swimming pool. If the swimming pool is really big enough, that means it's steady. If somebody just take money a little bit to cash out a little bit of money, your pool is still remain steady. But if this fund, the pool amount is so small, just imagine if somebody just take the money, so the fund can be shrink too fast. Okay, so the fund size is pretty much important. If it can go up to $1 billion, that will be great. Now the next thing is you need to see year to date. Okay, usually those who give a positive return, that will be great. Okay, so I want you to go spend time right here to my.morningstar. If you get a chance right here, I will share with you how you can see the star rating, okay, in your portfolio. And you can start to decide, put money a little bit here and put money a little bit here, okay? So how many of you learned something here today? Okay, so this is very interesting. So my.morningstar will tell you, okay, which one is really good. So usually you see year to date, 1 year, okay, or 5 years, you need to see analyzed. If it is in positive and averagely above 5 to 10%, usually it's good. Okay, usually it's good. Okay, so same goal. These two sections here, your horizon is really, really for long term. Okay, never ever have a mindset that you put your money in unit trust for less than 1 year. If you put your money in unit trust for less than 1 year, then you're not investing, you're basically trading. You understand that? So unit trust, you need to put the money as long as you can, 5 years, 10 years. Why is it so? It's because after averagely the market is, recycle, go up, go down, averagely you're still making money. This is based on study, okay? So now, how many of you learned something here tonight? Okay, how many of you learned something tonight? Okay, so now, I'm going to talk about this part right here, high risk, okay? So I would like to just wipe this off. Okay. Now, I'm going to divide this high risk into 2 sections, okay? I'm going to divide this into 2 sections, okay? All right. Now, why they call this high risk? It is because the market usually study. Okay, people usually study. Those who don't have the knowledge, okay, those who don't have proper knowledge, okay, and those who don't have time, okay, and those who don't have experience, and usually you invest in this corner right here, and if you do not know what to do, that's why they call it high risk. But today, if you have the knowledge, and if you have the time and the right experience, this will not be done as high risk anymore. And it will be called, with the new term, it's called calculated risk. You see, I never move the word risk because there will be a risk still. Okay? But this time we're going to talk about calculated risk. Now, what is the difference between moderate and high risk? All right? Now, for the high risk here, okay, calculated risk, should be the correct sentence. If you know what to do, you can get per year return between 50%. Remember, I will use this word again. Potential. 50% to even as high as 400% per year. You're not going to be surprised when the market rebounds. Some of the stock even give 1000% return. Okay. Now, I'm going to share with you all, especially during the COVID-19, the crisis, a lot of people feel sad, but not for experienced investors and traders. Now, recently, I shared with you some of my students here. Early of January, we saw several stocks, okay? And the stock is related to rubber industry, okay? And some of the stock is really give a return 400% in less than 7 months. Is that crazy? That is crazy. Seriously. So what market is this? Stock market. Okay? In Bahasa, we call it what? Saham. Alright? So stock market, it gives you potential return of 50% to 400% potential if again, this is the caveat, if you have the right knowledge, okay, the right knowledge, and you have time to have a look on your stocks, okay? Now, stock market here means what? You invest in company. You invest in business. You believe that the company has a future. That's why you put your money inside, okay? And then because of your belief, you know where the company gonna go. This is where the money work for you. This is the game for the rich people. Rich people that have the right knowledge and they have the proper time. They know about this market and they never consider this market as what? High risk. They call this market right here is calculated risk. This is the financial instrument that give even higher return compared to this and compared to this. Do you guys get the idea here? Now, stock market. Yes, you invest in the company, you invest in the businesses. Okay, in Malaysia, we have one big market here. It's called Bursa Malaysia. Okay, this is for those who stay in local. Now, I also will share with you that what other market international that we have, which is the largest, one of the largest market in the world, is called the New York Stock Exchange. Now, our brother Angel, definitely you know this, okay? So let's talk about the stock market here, okay? Now, usually a lot of people here, because of their friend make money, because they saw a news report coming up, on the media, they read the blog, wow,
everybody start to talk about money. So I know some of you so excited, and you quickly open up your account, and boom, you just put your money, and suddenly you see your stock price going down, and you just scratch your head. You say that they say that this price is gonna go up high, but how come my price is what? Continue go down? It's because you skipped one of this big part right here, the learning section. Okay, what if I tell you what? Don't scared about missing out opportunity. Okay, a lot of people want to dive in because, oh, I'm scared that I'm going to miss out. One of the best stock right here is going to fly. Relax, guys. Regardless, you learn, you invest a little bit early or a little bit late. Trust me, you always have the opportunity at the right time, at the right place. So first of all, don't have, this is what we call the fear of missing. What is that? Any of you can complete this word? Fear of missing one. Missing one. Anybody can tell? Just wanted to put some blank here. Okay, just put here. High risk, which is already, we call it the calculated risk. Okay, calculated risk. If you have the right knowledge. Okay, now, fear of what? Can any of you tell me? Fear of what? This one, fear of missing one. Opportunity, FOMO. They call this FOMO. This is what happened to a lot of people. They just simply jump to any instrument that they have no idea, and they just jump and buy and sell without have what? Proper learning, proper practice, and they just jump. And when they don't make money, what they do? They complain a lot. Not just a lot, really, really a lot. And they blame here, they blame there, they blame here, they blame the cousin, they blame the cat, they blame the spouse, they blame everybody, but except they don't blame themselves. And we asked them a right question. I said, did you manage to go for proper learning? Did you manage to go for proper teaching? Did you go to proper lesson? Did you practice first? Did you practice first before you use your real money? They say no. Whatever they see just nice on the website that they show nice profit, they just jump and buy. They just jump and dive. Shortly I will share with you is the same thing with Forex. The same thing. Shortly I will share with all of you. Okay, so how many of you here? Yes, fear of missing opportunity. Okay, so first of all, the high risk that I'm talking about here is stock market, but now it's not considered high risk if you have the right knowledge, the right learning, the right timing, the right experience. This market right here is no longer high risk. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to wipe this up first, if you guys don't mind. Okay, now there's so many sections here that you can go. Okay, so I will share with those who stay in Malaysia and what other available instruments that are around this world. Okay, so in this market right here, we have stock market. Okay, now in Malaysia, okay, in Malaysia, we have this big market. It's called Bursa Malaysia. Okay, currently right now, Bursa Malaysia giving you a return. Okay, hold on. I'm just going to write this down again one more time. Okay, so for Bursa Malaysia, okay, this is local stock market for Malaysia, stock market, right? Okay. Now, what is this market size here every day? So daily turnover here, okay, it's roughly about now currently since COVID-19, average from 4 billion up to 10 billion average. Okay, 4 billion to 10 billion average. Okay, this is Malaysian stock market. And yes, you still need to have proper learning, proper teaching. But the question is, can you make more money? I'm talking about, can you potentially make more money in this market? And the answer is yes. if you have the right knowledge and you have the right skills. Okay. Now, besides Bursa Malaysia, I want to share with you that inside Bursa Malaysia, they also offer you a futures market, and you still can make money. Interesting part is, if the market is go up, you make money. But the best part is, if the market go down, you make money too. Now, in stock market here, the only way that you can make money is when the price go up. The share price go up, then only you make money. But in this section right here, which is another division, or they call it the derivative, okay? This is where things is getting interesting, where your return is gonna be more than 100%, more than 200%, even more than 500%, if and only if you know what you're doing, okay? So this futures right here is called future crude palm oil, okay? Future crude palm oil is known as FCPO. We also have futures Kuala Lumpur index, is known as FKLI. These two are among the most popular instrument that you can make money in Bursa Malaysia. All right, so we still have other instrument, okay, but among the other instrument here is these two are among the popular one for those who stay in Malaysia. Okay, now for international market, okay, since for those who stay in Malaysia, do you mind that if I just wipe this down, or you want me to keep? That will be fine. Okay, now we're going to talk about international market. Okay, all right, international market. Now for the international market here, okay, you guys can see, right? Same here, is still going to be in the high risk, in the calculated risk, okay? But international market here, you can invest or trade directly in global market. Means you can buy directly the stock in New York Stock Exchange. This is where you see a big giant company like Facebook, Google, Tesla, Apple, all these big giant company. You can directly trade and invest. You open with the regulated broker your account, you can invest and trade with them. Now, what is the difference between Malaysian stock market and international stock market? Now, New York Stock Exchange, roughly right now, the turnover, okay, roughly turnover is about 200 plus billion per day. Okay, it's about 200 plus billion per day. Okay, that is a lot of money. Malaysian turnover is about what? 4 billion to 10 billion ringgit. This is what we talk about dollar. 200 plus billion dollar. That's a lot of money. Okay, so we have New York Stock Exchange. You also can go to London, and you can go to Tokyo Stock Exchange. These three are the largest in the world: New York Stock Exchange, London, Tokyo. Okay, now this section right here, can you guys see or not? There's so many instruments here that you can choose, but I need to highlight that where that you can see and what is available. Okay, so beside this New York Stock Exchange right here, what else we have besides stocks? You will listen to words: options, the derivative of the stocks. Okay, in Malaysian, option means warrant. Okay, warrant means the small cheap version of the parent stocks. Warrant means a small cheaper version. Same go with this. Option is another thing. Okay, so this is what we talk about international market. So why some of Malaysia investor and trader right here? Not only they have this, they also start to spend the time to learn about this, and they open themselves to learn about the futures and the international market. The reason why they like international market, because nighttime, when they go back home after they work, around 7 o'clock, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Malaysian Asian time, they still get a chance to look at US stock market, which is Brother Angelo. This is going to be your side, okay? A big company right here, okay? So they can buy, they can sell big company like Facebook, Google, Tesla, just name it. There's so many company, giant company, they can invest and trade. Yes, you still can invest as well in this giant company. Okay, so you can invest in local stock market, you can do it also in international market. Okay, now what else that we have beside all this? Beside this and this, what else that we see in the global market that you can make money? Okay, so I'd like to wipe this down a little bit. Okay, since you guys can see this. Okay, there's so many other ways that you can make money. What else? What else, guys? In this section right here, there's a lot of powerful instrument. Okay, so let's talk about futures here. Now, you can make money by trading the index, or some of them they call the indices. Okay, I know some of you are trading the Dow Jones Index. Okay, Dow Jones Index. This is among the popular Dow Jones 30. Okay, Dow Jones 30. You can make by just trading this index. There's so many other index that you can trade here as well, like London Index. So indices right here is another way, and it's a huge money that you can make here if you know the right way. Now, what else right here? We have also the other things we call the futures of. Okay, you can buy and sell gold. So we have metal section here. We have gold, we have silver. Okay, have you heard about gold? People trading in gold, and why is the reason people invest and trade in gold? Okay, in gold it's not same. You can make money up or down. All these instruments here, you really can make powerful income regardless the market up or down. Okay, so you have a future gold, silver, you have soya bean. Okay, and those who want to trade this crude oil. So you see, guys, there's so many powerful instruments here, but not necessary for you to trade all the instrument. All you need to do is find the instrument that you feel okay and trade it. All these instruments right here, you can make money. So what I show you guys here is some of it only. Okay. Now, what I want to share with you beside all this, okay, there's also the new things coming up. Okay, the new things coming up, and the world is actually watching this. It's called the cryptocurrency. Okay, the cryptocurrency. Some of them believe that this money right here will become the future money. Now, a lot of the government is still continuing looking this because they're going to talk about the blockchain technology. Now, for those who don't understand, what does it mean by blockchain technology? It means that your money, you don't have to go through the central bank to pass your money to somebody else. So that means if you want to transfer your money to your wife, it doesn't need to go through the ledger of the bank. You don't have to go to a centralized system. It will go directly to your wife. You go directly to the second person. And this blockchain technology is a very powerful system, okay, that actually can auto-calculate all the ledger itself. So cryptocurrency exists since the crash of 2008. It's because they believe that the whole entire bank system is got big problem. You see, big banks like Lehman Brothers, Lehman and the big brothers. So this big bank is already more than 100 years and they can collapse. And who faced the big problem is the investors. So cryptocurrency is the early stage that to design, okay? And this one is start to coming up. I'm not saying that you need to invest directly, but you need to have a look. Something is moving already. So some of you have heard about the word Bitcoin, okay? The Bitcoin, okay? And then you listen about the word Litecoin. Okay, you listen about Libra and so many more. Okay, now this cryptocurrency is still in the initial stage. It's just same like in 1995 when people were introduced to internet. A lot of people still do not believe about internet is going to happen big. But what happened is after 15 years, internet become a global thing. And today, without internet, a lot of business cannot be in the big transaction. But cryptocurrency, some of them they say, is exactly when people skeptical, okay, back in 1995 about internet. And they're gonna talk about cryptocurrency for the next 15 years to 20 years. It's probably is going to be the new currency. It's going to be the digital currency. You don't have to touch and feel already about the currency that you have right now. This is another thing is coming up next. But there's so many big problems right now that we still see in this cryptocurrency. A lot of regulation right now is still taken into place. But again, we are watching this closely right here, what happened. So some of them, again, if you do not know what you do, you just look. But those who know how to take the risk, they know how to take what? Again, as I mentioned, calculated risk. Now, again, a lot of people ask me this question. Sorry, Zon, what do you mean by calculated risk? Simple. You willing to lose that money, as simple as that. When you invest that money, it's the money that you don't need. If you lose that money, you won't complain. That's the word means by calculated risk. But if really doing well, you're gonna make a lot of money. Now, cryptocurrency still take time. Still take time. Now the market cap right now is still doesn't touch by 1 trillion capital, not yet, okay? But I want to share with you the market that is already exists for a long period of time. And today, this market is the largest in the world, okay? So this market is called the foreign exchange. Today, studies show that daily turnover is about $20 trillion. Sorry, that's ringgit. 6.6 trillion dollar. In ringgit is about 20 trillion ringgit. This is officially the largest market in the world. This is what we talk about daily transaction. That means if you buy, your order will straight away match. If you sell, your order will straight away match. Sometimes trader, those that trade in local stock market, when they want to buy certain price, the big problem is your price doesn't match. You have to wait your queue. Okay. Now, if you want to sell as well your local stock market, if you manage to get the price on the spot, on the dot, that will be great. But if you don't manage to match your price, you want to sell exactly at the price that you want, but because of the queue, the exchange doesn't match, you can sometimes left in frustration. This is what we talk about, very, very high liquidity market. This is 6.6 trillion daily transaction. Now, Forex market is already exists and regulated all over the world. Today, foreign exchange is very important for a company, for country, and sometimes because of foreign exchange movement, it can affect the stock market as well. All right. So we're gonna talk about all this. Okay. And again, you can make money in all these instruments. Again, in this section right here, regardless the market go up, you can make money. Regardless the market go down, you can make money. But the biggest question today for each of you, why you have not invested yet? Why you not trade yet? It's because you don't have this first. Okay? And before I end the whole thing tonight or today, I want to share with you, sometimes you're confused with the words investor and trader. Okay, so investing, you can go to this instrument and stock market, but never invest and hold for long for all of this. Okay, all this like index, future gold, all these things, you don't have privilege to hold it long. You need to trade. That is the correct way. So that's why your mindset here, some you need to invest, but some you need to learn how to trade. Okay, so now, first of all, if you don't mind, I'm going to wipe all of this. I'm going to tell with you the differences between investor and trader. And I'm going to share with you why some of you not making money, but instead you lose money. How many of you are ready to learn this? Okay, so today has been an interesting day. How many of you learned so far? A lot right here. Did you learn something here? If yes, just go ahead there and type in the chat box. Did I open up your mind at least right now? But oh, what is the kind of instrument? What kind of instrument that I should go in? Okay, so low risk, moderate risk, calculated risk. Okay, calculated risk, that would be great words. Okay, so ask yourself here, those who slightly elderly age, those who range 55 to 75, you may want to focus more on this. Reason being is your heart, your psychology. If you're not fit enough, you're not suitable to go for this market. Okay, but unless you're fit enough, yes, you can trade this. Now, for those who slightly young age, like 25 to 55, okay, you would like to look at this moderate risk and calculated risk. Okay, so I would like to wipe all of this here, and I would like to share with you a little bit what is the difference between investors and traders. Okay, so I'm really happy that you all stick here today because you want to learn something, and I'm very happy right here to share with you what I've learned for the past couple of years. Okay, so I want to share with you quickly what are the differences between investor and trader, and there's so many types of name that you must learn today. Okay, so all right, so all here is still in the context of what? Investor. All I'm saying here is still in the same context of investor. Okay, so how many of you learned something here? Gary, Jason say yes, I learned something here. Great. Okay, so what are the differences between investor, okay, and trader? All right, investor, they would like to put their money in more than 1 year period. Okay, sometimes they can go horizon of 5 to 10 years, and even 10 to 40 years. So can you guys see, investor is more for long term. Long term. And you should have a long-term plan. You should have a long-term portfolio. Why it is so? Because while possibly you're trading, you need to set some money right here for long term that you can see for the next 10 to 40 years. You need to start to plan already right now. You need to start to plan already right now, guys. Okay, what is your plan right here for long term? Now, sometimes some of them, they call investing means they go and find a good company and a good stocks, and they will change their name. It's not just investor, but they call themselves the value investor. The moment they say the word value investor, this level means for a very, very smart investor. They find a very good company, they find a very stable company that they can run for the next 10 to 20 years, and they're compounding and they grow to a certain period of amount of time, and they can make money through dividend, through the price increase. That's why investors have two types. One is investor, means they just get just nice. But value investor is different. They spend their time right here to attend courses. They find a way, they discuss. They ask those who experience trader and investor where to put their money. So the word value investor is different. So if you heard a guy named Warren Buffett, that guy is called value investor. So that's why value investor is a different game compared to investor. Value is meant very, very picky with very, very good stock that have a very, very good fundamental. And this is for the very, very long term game. Okay. Now for trader is different. Okay. Trader, we have a three type. One is short term, one is medium term, and one is called position. Okay. Short medium and position trader. Okay, so for short-term traders, usually they would like to trade in less than 3 days. Okay, from 1 minute to 5 minutes to 1 hour to 4 hours to 10 hours to 12 hours until less than 3 days. This is called the short-term trader. Now, those who trade in less than few hours, this is what we call the scalper. Scalper like to trade in and out in the very fast, and it give you adrenaline rush. And this kind of person loves to print money every minute, every hours. They like to stare the computer all day long because this is their passion. Okay, so we do have this kind of trader. How many of you here? Anton Cruz say yes, very informative. Now the scalper is a person that who already have experience of 15 years in the market. What? Yes, those who scalper here that trade and play this game is already have minimum 15 years in the market. Yes, 15 years, my friend. So if you are still newbie, don't become scalper first. You need to learn how to become medium-term traders. So some of them, they call this is a swing trader. Those who hold their position from 3 days up to 3 weeks. Okay, so if you hold your position from 3 days to 3 weeks, then we consider medium-term traders, or we call you swing trader. Why is the word swing? Because you like to ride at one finish of one movement of wave. So you like to go from one swing to another swing. So this is called swing traders, 3 days to 3 weeks. Usually newbie, those who want to learn how to trade the Forex or future markets, I recommend you to start with swing and not scalping. Why? Because number one, you need to learn about the experience first. You need to know how to have a sharp entry. You need to know how to manage your money. But a lot of big mistake that make a lot of newbie trader lose money in the market is because number one, they do not have what? No patience. And number two, they're driven because they want to get, what is that? Get rich quick. That's why they don't have a patience to learn. They don't have the patience to study. They don't have the patient level to understand certain subject. All they have in their mind is quick money, get rich quickly. So that's why they end up always want to trade. Oh, they want to become a scalper. Now, usually for those who are newbie in trading, trust me guys, you will go through this phase first, where the time that you stare your computer is so long, every single minute, every single hour, you know, there's a time that move a little bit, your coffee, your biscuit, your everything is there because you want to feel the market, how it moves. As if like every single movement, you want to be in there. So normally newbie, you will face this thing. And now, for those who have not traded yet, this is the right time for you to learn that, oh, it's not good to learn to become scalper first. I will tell you a lot of reasons. Okay. Now I know you're excited. You want to print money every minute, every day, but learn about swing 3 days to 3 weeks. This is the best place for you to start if you want to become a trader. Okay. 3 days to 3 weeks, because when you do this, you give yourself allowance. You have more time. You don't have to look at the computer all day long. You still can do your work. You still can spend your time with your wife, with your kids, and while you monitor the trading. And usually people that make a lot of money in the steady way, here's this. Surprising, huh? Only those who have experience trading the market for the 15 years, then you can go for scalping. Okay, so medium terms, a swing trader, 3 days to 3 weeks. This is where I recommend a lot of newbie here to start in this section first and not this. Okay, again, right here, a lot of newbie lose money is because of this, not patient, and they have this mentality, get rich quick. They thought that by having $100, they want to turn $100 to 1 million by next week. This is what a lot of newbies have in their first mindset when they trade in the market. So wrong. So usually when you have $100, you know how much money that you will see at the first place? I will tell you directly. $1 profit, $2 profit, $7 profit. That's the relative. Sometimes when you swing $1, $2, because your capital is a little bit small. Again, we're not saying that small capital cannot grow big. You can, but you must have patience. You must grow this money at least 1 year, 2 years. Do you understand that? I want to be as clear as water to you today. Okay, it's not that saying that $100 you cannot make money. Okay, but you need to grow this money in stages, in proper manner. Then only you start to see this money can slowly replace your monthly income. We want you to learn how to grow those $100, turn it into $10,000, and from $10,000 you learn how to grow to $100,000. But this, you need to take time. There's no shortcut for this. And usually those who lose money is because they want to get rich quick. They want to get money fast, quick, fast. And when you ask them to go and learn, they don't want. Can you show me all the shortcuts? Guys, let me share with you. There is a time that you can learn about shortcut, but there is a time that you cannot skip the process of learning. That is why newbie traders, the biggest mistake that we see, because some of you are totally high ego, you forget about this powerful training, which is called the demo account. The demo account is one of the most important practice that every trader must go through. Why demo account? Because it prepares you an experience before you trade. It allows you to make a mistake and understand the mistakes and don't repeat the same mistake again. Then only from demo account, you go for your live real money with small account first, and slowly you increase, you inject more money, okay, become a moderate until become very big account. Okay, so traders who want to learn to trade the market, regardless stock market or futures or index or forex or whatever, always begin here first, medium and swing. Okay, now position trader is slightly different. Okay, for position trader here, they like to hold their position, okay, somewhere between 3 weeks up to 12 months. Okay, they like to hold very, very long. Do we have this kind of trader? Yes, we do have. Okay, they trade the forex or they trade certain particular market, they hold it, but they never carry this position more than 1 year. It's all less than 12 months. Okay, how many of you learned something here today? Okay, great, great, great. Yes, and Kai Sheng Wong say, yes, swing is less stress. You are absolutely correct. Okay, how many of you learned something here tonight? Okay, how many of you learned something tonight? There's a big difference between investor. There's a big difference, and there's a difference between value investor. Okay, and there's a difference between trader. Trader have 3 types: short, medium, position. Okay, so now it is very important for you before you learn how to trade the market. That's why the function of demo account is very interesting, because you start to realize, are you a short-term traders? Are you a medium-term traders? Or are you a position trader? Or maybe you're not suitable to go for this. Maybe you like this. It's more relaxing, but long period of time. This is slightly what? Short period of time. Okay? So far so good. How many of you learned something from this section today? Oh guys, I gotta tell you that our program right here is almost coming to 2 hours already. Did you all benefit, at least from today's learning right here? Types of financial instruments that you can make or you can lose money if you're not careful. Okay? So how many of you learned something here? Just type there, yes. Yes, sir. I really, really, really learned something here. It's really valuable. Okay? So now, before I end the whole show right here, what you should do next. Okay, So it is very important for you to do what you should do next in order for you to slowly grow your money, at the same time slowly grow your experience. So before you invest or trade in real money, this is the first step that you need to do right now, right today. The answer is invest. I'm not talking about invest directly your money in certain stocks or invest certain money in fixed deposit or unit trust or forex or indices or whatever. But today I'm talking about this is the most important things that you need to do right now is invest in your knowledge. This thing have to come first. It's not that you see today a wonderful apps, you put your money straight away churn money. No. If you see those kind of instrument, put it aside first. Invest in knowledge first, because why? You need to learn the rules. You need to know your risk. Okay? You need to know your capital. Okay? And money management. You need to know all these first. Okay? You need to know how to open an account. You need to know what are the rules. And this is the biggest mistake that I've seen in many newbie traders. They skip the part of knowledge. And when there's a thing that need to pay, oh, they say that is not investment. That is what? Expenses. A lot of traders making a big mistake. They thought by buying courses, learning from mentors, learning from gurus, buying the books is all expenses and wasting time. This is absolutely the wrong mindset. Every time you buy a book, every time you invest in courses, every time you learn from somebody else, this is what we call invest, and it's never an expenses. You want to know why? I will tell you a lot of story. If I got the time, I will tell you that some of them, they say, this expenditure right here, if I want to invest in knowledge or courses, regardless online or offline, they mention that, this courses right here is only meant to make the mentor rich. It's only make the guru rich. And you are going to be the stupid person going to buy the courses, and maybe you are the only way that they can make money. I've seen this thing and I laugh. I smile. Because you know why? Richest man in the world, like Warren Buffett, he spent his time. Also, he's not only investing his time, he really go and learn and have a mentor too. Do you know that with investing in your knowledge, you can skip a lot of problem? I will share with you one lady that she said in front of everybody's face, especially all the seniors, experienced mentor that have 30, 40 years. And she said that I'm going to waste a lot of money. You guys are only selling courses. You never trade, you never invest. Why should I invest to learn with you all? And just a couple of weeks, she came to me. Okay, this is many years ago. She came to me and she said, can I ask you one question? I said, yes. Am I investing in these right stocks? I say, why you want to ask this question? Oh no, I'm just thinking that I should ask you, but I already put my money inside these stocks. When the moment I look at the charts, it took me only 5 seconds to analyze. Guys, I don't need to take 5 minutes. It only took me 5 seconds, and I look at the charts and I know about the stock, and she made a big mistake, and that cost her 100,000 loss because she thought that go to the courses is expenses, and she never thought that's investment. If she attend courses and learn some valuable information, within 5 minutes or less 5 seconds, I told her that if you see this kind of stock, you can skip it already. Okay, you can skip it already. And because of that, I would save her from losing 100,000. Guys, I've been through a lot. I've guide, I teach, I mentor a lot of students. And again, as I mentioned to all of you, the best investment in the world that you always benefit out of it is number one, always invest in your knowledge first. All right, guys, I hope that each of you right here learn a lot right here. And on behalf of Quant Solutions and UFP right here, I'd like to say thank you very much for joining us right here. This is the part right here we want to give back and we want to share with you some of this knowledge. Okay, so once again, everybody, my name is Ezan Constantine, and if you found out that this learning is very powerful, don't forget to click like and share this information to all your friends and family. Once again, everybody, keep in touch and bye-bye.